AsSalamu Alykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to episode 6 of Ramadan Series Season 2. We'll be continuing from where we left off today on our journey for the last 29 surahs of Juz Amma. Today we'll be taking Surah Al-Balad. It is the 90th surah of the Quran and is also a Makki surah, meaning it was revealed in Mecca. So a little background about the surah is that the pagans of Mecca, after having been introduced to Islam by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, resolved to oppose his message by any means necessary. They began with simple verbal abuse, slander, and then graduated to assaulting him and his followers physically. This surah makes an appeal to the Meccans in the name of Mecca, the Prophet ﷺ's hometown. It also questions them on how they can treat a native son so poorly, especially when he is calling them to goodness. This immorality of greed and cruelty is then compared with the path of spiritual peace. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا أقسم بهذا البلد وأنت حل بهذا البلد ووالد وما ولد لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد أيحسب أن لن يقدر عليه أحد يقول أهلكت مالا لبدا أيحسب أن لم يره أحد ألم نجعل له عينين ولسانا وشفتين وهديناه النجدين فلاقتحم العقبة وما أدراك ما العقبة فك رقبة أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة يتيما ذا مقربة أو مسكينا ذا متربة ثم كان من الذين آمنوا وتواصوا بالصبر وتواصوا بالمرحمة أولئك أصحاب الميمنة والذين كفروا بآياتنا هم أصحاب المشأمة عليهم نار مؤصدة. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. I do swear by this city of Mecca, even though you, O Prophet, are subject to abuse in this city, and by every parent and their child. Indeed, we have created humanity in constant struggle. Do they think that no one has power over them, boasting, I have wasted enormous wealth? Do they think that no one sees them? Have we not given them 2 eyes, a tongue and 2 lips, and shown them the 2 ways of right and wrong? If only they had attempted the challenging path of goodness instead. And what will make you realize what attempting the challenging path is? It is to free a slave, or to give food in times of famine, to an orphaned relative, or to a poor person in distress, and above all, to be one of those who have faith and urge each other to perseverance and urge each other to compassion. These are the people of the right. As for those who deny our signs, they are the people of the left. The fire will be sealed over them. In the first ayah, the land in question is considered to be Mecca and its surrounding countryside in Western Arabia. The idea is that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had the right to preach in that ostensibly open city, even though the Meccans had tried to silence him, for he was a free citizen in free land, bound by no unfairly imposed restrictions. And then in ayah number 4 it says, Indeed we have created humanity in constant struggle. This refers to the nature of life in this world. We must work every day for our daily resources and labor in weary toil. Those who make no effort to secure their daily needs will perish. The Prophet ﷺ once remarked that if a person has his health, some food to eat, some clothes to wear, then it's like he has all the riches in the world. And then in ayah number 5 and 6 it says, Do they think that no one has power over them, boasting, I have wasted enormous wealth? The Prophet ﷺ said, True wealth is not having an abundance of possessions. True wealth is a contented heart. Bukhari and Muslim. And then in ayah number 8 and 9 it says, Haven't we given him 2 eyes, a tongue, and 2 lips. The Prophet ﷺ said that Allah Himself said, "O son of Adam, I have given you so many advantages that you cannot even count them all, nor are you able to thank me enough for them. I gave you 2 eyes and eyelids, so look at what you're allowed to see, and if you come across forbidden things, then close them. I gave you a tongue and a mouth to cover it. So say what you're allowed to say and hold your tongue from speaking about forbidden things." This is Hadith Qudsi. And then in the last ayah of the surah, it says, "The fire will be sealed over them." There is a commentary by Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, as quoted in Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, and At-Tabari, explained what they all explained what he thought the meaning of this verse was. He said, "When the companions of hellfire are thrown into it, each of them will be put in a separate box of fire, so that he won't see anyone else being punished in hellfire save for himself." Then he recited the following verse. "For them will be nothing more in there than weeping and crushing silence." Surah 21, ayah number 100. We will end with the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said that the hand that gives is better than the hand that receives, and begin your charitable giving with your dependents. Jazakallahu khairan for listening today. See you tomorrow, Insha Allah. Wassalamu Alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.